Greetings and salutations. This is Wolfotech coming directly to you through the power of the internet via the YouTube video sharing platform, and I've got good news. This is the review for Nosferatu 1922. It is a German expressionist film, which weirdly enough pretty much is almost all the films from Germany at this period of time. They just call them all German expressionist. Okay. But anyways, this movie is based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. And when this movie was originally made, they did not acquire the rights to Dracula or the story of Bram Stoker by Bram Stoker. So they did some alterations to the story, changed the name of the characters here and there. But it's basically the same basic plot as the book. I said the basic plot, with some subtle changes here and there. And I'm not going to go too much into that, but I will quickly tell you that first and foremost, I'm going to continue on. The first and foremost, like I always do, this is a movie from the silent era. It's black and white. It's black and white. And I just happen to have it up on the title here. And it is also, there is actually music, but I put this on mute, so I'm not going to get copyright striked, but there you go. And interestingly enough, in this version, it actually does change the character's name back to Count Dracula and alter some of the details in the cards. It's back to Count Dracula. See, like right here, it says Count Dracula, where it simply just used Nosferatu as the name in, I think, an original version and a few other things. So there's the version I have here seems to have some alterations to it compared to what is stated on wikis and stuff like that. So I don't know if there is any more serious changes to it than that, but I will continue on. The first thing and foremost, besides the fact that it's black and white and it's a silent film, so there's no talking, kind of like that, and then a little card pops up that says what they said, or the major details of the moment is occurring. But from there on, I will now, from the sound side and the music, I'm going to go, from the sound as in people talking to the music. The music is just that general mix of horror music from the 1920s, or horror, mystery, thriller kind of music. So it's basically all the same kind of stuff. Some of the tracks are still the same ones from like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and several other movies. So there's nothing like totally shockingly different in some of the songs. It's just a lot of pipe organ music, and violins and pianos and stuff like that. Well, on to the next detail, the quality of the imagery. First and foremost, a great majority of the film is beautifully shot. They did a very good job overall while shooting the scenes. There are a few instances, like in the beginning of the movie. This is a no spoilers film, but in the very beginning of the film, I should announce that this is no spoilers, but I got that title card up on there. This is that the quality of the camera shooting is very good for the majority of the time. There are a few scenes where the image, like in the very beginning, is like really washed out, and it's not that really good, but it's like super bright. They overdid it on the shoot that one day. So okay. On to the next point. I will talk about the quality of the story. I will say this: it is actually a very good story. Of course, it is based on a novel, a rather well-known novel. So it's a very good adaptation of that story. I've already announced the story which it's based on, and from there on to the characters. I will say this, the vast majority of the actors do a very good job in this movie. There are a few instances where some of the characters seem to be overacting or over emoting. Like their reactions and the manner in which they act is just a little over the top. It's way too exaggerated. It's like sliding up onto that pantomime territory where it's like really expressive. It's kind of shit like that, you know. For the most part, that doesn't happen too often. It's just mainly like one character that does it a lot, and even then, that character dials it off as the story goes on. So apparently, if I'm guessing right, this movie was shot from start to finish, and the guy was who's throughout the entire movie, he kind of dialed back his exaggerations. You know, the director is you need to dial it down a little bit. You know, this is not pantomime. You don't have to like over the top it, but drastic, and that's not even over the topping it. Okay, that's getting right up on the cusp of it. But as far as that is concerned, the vast majority of the actors do a very good job. Count Olaf, aka Count Dracula, does a very good job. He's dead on. That Renfield is dead on, and Dr. Van Helsing is dead on. Everyone else, the vast majority of the characters are pretty dead on. The two main characters are probably the most exaggerated characters, and even then they kind of like dial it down. And you can kind of understand the female lead character being a little exaggerated because there's sort of this element to her, and I'm not gonna give that away. Okay, seriously. This is the no spoilers review. If you want a spoilers version of this video, I would really like to hear a lot of demand and dropped in the comments below. So there. As far as the scenery and everything else, that is all very well done. The sets are nice. Everything else is like very well done in this movie. It's one of the longer movies from the 1920s, but it's not the longest movie from the 1920s. It's on the long end, but it's longer than a typical 1920s movie. A lot of movies from the 1920s are 70, 80 minutes. And it's where a lot of other movies, this is on the 100-minute, it's a side movie. But still, it's quite good. Anything else I had to talk about? I talked about the sound. I talked about the cinematography. I talked about the story. I talked about the characters. Yeah, I say that I'm pretty much covered on this. What else? I think there was like another point I was gonna throw at it. Yeah, I do say I would recommend. This movie does definitely fit into that is a true horror genre movie. Be like unlike the last two, which are more like drama and mystery that I did on this channel. So actually got myself a horror review in October. What else is there? It is a very good movie. I had to say that again. It's a good movie. I'm not gonna push it too far. All right. On to the next thing. If you remember, first and foremost, please consider leaving comment below. Tell me what kind of movies you want reviews next from. I got a long list this time I'm going to shoot through, but I'm going to throw in a few movies here and there, and I'm going to change up my schedule on my movie reviews a little bit. I'm going to increase the number of movie reviews, not decrease. If you want me to go back to the old video gaming stuff like that, sure, I will do that. Yeah. I still love video games. I just spend a lot more time watching movies, listening to music, and doing other stuff like that. it kind of find you shift it in your tastes as you get older. But anyways, oh yeah. Now if you want to buy a copy of Nosferatu, you can buy it as a standalone DVD, or you can get it in a 50-pack of horror movies. It is in this one, and it is in this one. Do 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 do. See? So they're both by Mill Creek. So you can pick which direction you want to go. You can also buy it here on YouTube for $3.99. Nosferatu. All right. Have a wonderful evening.